Today I want to do something wacky. I want to make people mad, which is why I'm ranking every single Skylander known to man, except for variants in Series 2. I don't really care about those. We're doing the base original Skylanders. You know, all of them up to Imaginators. And I have it titled as so. Favorite? Just OP. W design? Meh. Not using you, or break the damn figure. Yeah, I kind of realized that these tiers didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, so you know, later on I changed it to like S, A, B, C, and stuff like that, you know, but for now, just, we have this, but I did change it later. So, there's a lot of Skylanders, so let's just start with, you know, Spyro, the main guy, you know, the guy that everybody thinks Skylanders ruined, but to be honest, he wasn't that good originally, so he's pretty meh. Spyro is one of those guys where it's like, I'm not gonna use you in like, well, okay, I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna use you because I did used to use Spyro a lot because I didn't know who he was. I just played Skylander, so I was like, this purple dragon's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure he's the first ever Skylander though that I actually got max coins for in the trap team. I had Mega Ram Spyro, which I didn't know what that meant, but you know, he's pretty, see, that's the only reason why he's not using you, because I actually did use him, unlike Cinder, whose figure you can absolutely break. I don't like Cinder. I don't think anyone does. No one, I've never heard anyone say something good about Cinder, unless you're an SSA speedrunner. But besides that, Cinder's just so mid. And Drobot, honestly, I'm not using him. I'm not using Drobot. You know, I ain't using him. Because there's just a much better version of him, which we'll get to when we get there. But someone who, you know, there isn't a better version of is Bash. You can break this figure for all I care. I don't even have the figure, I've never played as Bash, and I have no desire to do so. I do not care about Bash at all. He's not that good of a design. I just don't care for him. But Boomer, on the other hand, Boomer's pretty cool. He's the only troll Skylander, which makes him super unique. He's just cool. And he's the guy used in like these challenges. So like if there's any challenge like those, Boomer is my guy. And I always liked Boomer, you know? He's cool. Same with Gilgrunt. Gilgrunt's also pretty cool. I named my Gilgrunt Gary. You wouldn't know that, but I think it's an important fact. I'm actually not a big fan of his moveset. I think his moveset's pretty lackluster. But it's Gilgrunt. He's a fish guy. It's Gary. Next is Dino Ring. I used to like Dino Ring a lot. He's the first ever guy I got the Eon's Elite for because I thought he was really cool. But after playing as him and like after the years went by, I'm just not a fan. His like reputation just went like down for me. He's not that fun to play as. Even in like my most recent Nuzlocke, he just didn't have a good showing. Let's talk about Chop Chop. If you've seen my Nuzlocks, you know how I feel about Chop Chop. I think this man is the most overrated Skylander. I think he absolutely sucks, which is why I kind of like him. Because in my Nuzlocks, in the first Nuzlocke I did, he was the first Skylander to ever die in my Nuzlocke. And then when he came back in Trap Team, he was also the first one to die again. I think it's just so funny. I kind of want to put Chop Chop in favorites just because I hate him so much. But I'm going to put in not using you. Because I would never use Chop Chop unless he got voted for in the Nuzlocke. Which brings me to Drill Sergeant. I used to think he was really cool. And then after playing him, it was kind of just a big disappointment. I thought I like him a lot, but I just really don't. Just not my cup of tea. Same with Double Trouble. Like, Double Trouble's an awesome Skylander, I agree. He's just not for me. He's not a me Skylander, really. Neither is Hex. You can kill Hex for all I care. Anyway, let's move on. We have Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod is an absolute GOAT. Because of my first ever Nuzlocke, I love this man. He pretty much soloed the entire Chaos fight until he didn't. But he's OP. He's big OP. Trigger Happy kind of falls into the same category as Drobot. There's just a much better version of him I'd rather use, so I don't really care for base Trigger Happy. But Flame Slinger, that's a top 5er. I think Flame Slinger is a top 5er for me. I love this guy. He is a me Skylander. I love camping. Flameslinger is my goat. And Ghost Roaster, same with Lightning Rod. Got that Nuzlocke treatment. He might even go up in favorites depending on how good he does in Giants and beyond. Zook, not using you. You're OP. You're OP. Meh. Not using you. Meh. Not using you. Meh. OP. 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 Break figure. Not using you. W design. Meh. Break the figure. Okay. We're done with SSA. We kind of speedrun those last few because they're kind of irrelevant. Anyway, on to Giants. To be fair, I don't really care about any of these guys. Bouncer, I couldn't really care less for him. Chill though, I really like Chill. Okay, it's not favorites. She's not favorites, but I really like using her. Pop Fizz, I think Pop Fizz is a W design, really. Same with Eyebrow. Eyebrow is also a W design. Again, he's one of those guys where it's just a much better version of him. Hot Dog, I couldn't really care less about Hot Dog, really. Sprocket has to go up there for me for one major reason. Because she's kind of the reason why my channel started getting popular in the first place. Because I posted this video, and that was my first like blow up. So I feel just for that, I have to put Sprocket in favorites. T-Rex. Hothead, this guy is OP. I'm just saying. This is another Nuzlocke effect where this man carried through Giants, and I really appreciate him for that. So he's got to be up there in just OP. Fright Rider is also really cool. Definitely a W design. His moves are kind of lackluster, but I feel like his design makes up for it. Oh, and that's all Giants. Okay, cool. We're on the Swap Force now. Alright, Boom Jet. I use this guy a lot in Trap Team. He is the fastest character in Trap Team, and I use him a lot. Which I feel like he has to go in favorites, just because the amount of playtime I have as him. Blast Zone is awesome. Probably like the coolest designed Swap Force character. He's really sick. Bumble Blast, he's just OP. Come on, Bumble Blast is overpowered. Great, I mean, amazing design, but he's also overpowered. But he's not one of my favorites. You can break this figure alongside of. Actually, no, don't break this one. I'm just not gonna use it. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with this tier list. Anyway, Grim Creeper, W design. Grim Creeper is awesome. He's just better Chop Chop. Like a lot better Chop Chop. This guy, I forgot his name too, but he's kind of cool. I like his design. Riptide, at least I think that's his name is. I think he's actually a really cool design. I think he's actually kind of sick. Okay, Wind Up. Wind Up's really awesome. He's definitely carried by his vicarious visions for him, but even without it, he's still really cool. So he's like, I mean, it's a W design and he's OP. I'm gonna put him in OP because it's higher. Okay, I feel like just OP and W design are like neck and neck. They're like very much, they're like tied for second. So yeah, if you're in these two, you're still really good, unless you're Eyebrow. I wouldn't use Eyebrow, but he's a cool design anyway. I just personally wouldn't use him. Alright, Spy Rise. Spy Rise is carried by his bottom. Wait, no, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say because his top half is actually really broken. No, actually, no. Spy Rise is actually OP. I'm not even joking. Spy Rise is insanely OP. I've used him, like, just base Spy Rise. He is actually insanely strong. Way too damn strong. Probably the strongest swapper. No, he's probably, like, I think he's, like, almost as strong as Bumble Blast. Like, these two are insanely OP. And also, the bottom half is used for Bluebeard. Actually, I'm going to make a new tier. This is going to be my top 5. Okay, this is my top 5 Skylanders up here. I'll go back to it at the end. The first ever swapper I got. So, he's up there. But he's not that good. But I feel just for that reason, he's got to go in, like, W design. Because he's pretty cool. But Gorilla Drilla, definitely not. Definitely not Gorilla Drilla. Scorp, on the other hand, I'm saying Swap Force made some pretty good Skylanders. I'm just saying. Swap Force made some bangers. Some of the best designs and just overall strength comes from Swap Force. Like, you have these four right here. That's a crazy, that's a crazy roster. Just those four. Okay, Night Shift. Night Shift was also the first swapper I got alongside with Rebel Rouser, because I got two because I wanted to swap them. So I feel they were right next to each other, because those are the only two I would swap. So I would use like Shift Rouser a lot. Stink Bomb. I think Stink Bomb is awesome. Oh, nah, he's a favorite tier. I think Stink Bomb is awesome. Not for his playstyle. He sucks, actually. I would not use him, but he's just really cool looking. I think he's just funny looking. But Bluebeard, on the other hand, is top 5. Come on, it's Bluebeard. It's Bluebeard! Firecracken? Firecracken's awesome. He's a favorite tier. And finally, for Swap Force, we have Zulu. I like Zulu a lot. I think he's cool, especially with this hat. So he's a W design. Not my favorites, but definitely really cool. Which brings us to Trap Team. All right, we're halfway through. And we got some bangers coming up. We got some bangers. Like Barkley, who was just Tree Rex, but 10 times better. W design. Blackout. W design, but mad moveset. So I'll put you in mad. Blaster Mind. Hey man, this might be a hot take, but Blaster Mind's kind of awesome. He's a low-key awesome. I think a Skylander that everyone hates on is someone that I'll find awesome. Because, I don't know, I look towards things that people look away from. If that makes any sense. If people say they hate Blaster Mind, I love Blaster Mind. Bop's the GOAT. He's just Bash, but 10 billion times better. Like, holy crap, he's a favorite. A lot of Trap Team designs going to be in favorite. I'm just going to let you know now. Chopper is a W design. This is actually peak Skylander design right here. This is actually insanely good. Which brings us to Deja Vu, as you know, is my number 1. So she can sit up there in the top as my number 1, right next to Bluebeard. Maybe one day I'll do like a favorite Nuzlocke, where I use like my favorite Skylander from each element. Would you watch that? Would you watch a Nuzlocke if I use my favorites from each element? Would you? Drobit! Yes! Before I rank Drobit, let's find, where is he? Trigger Snappy. These two right here. It was a pack with both of them in it. It was the first ever Skylanders I bought. Well, I didn't buy them. My mom bought them. But anyway, these two are the first ever Skylanders I had, which have to put them in top 5. And he can go here. Okay? Because I think Drobit's a little better. Echo's kind of OP. She's just Vaporeon, but Skylanders. Small, an absolute GOAT. Eyebrow, but 10 times better. Definitely a favorite. I like, okay, I think you can tell that I like the minis a lot. I'm a big minis fan. I think they're my favorite types of Skylanders, the minis. I don't have all of them. I want all of them. I should actually probably look for all of them. I'll do that after I finish recording this video. Before, I just think he's a cool monkey on a carpet. But after the Trap Team Nuzlocke, and like after using him, I understand why. Fling Kong is amazing. He's not in my personal top 5, but he is definitely up there because of my Trap Team Nuzlocke. Whipwreck is awesome. He's a favorite. He's a pirate. I like pirates. He's a dolphin. I don't really like dolphins, but he's still really cool. And this guy, he's not cool. He's like probably the worst mini. He's probably the second worst mini. You made Gilgrun ugly. The minis are supposed to be cute, the cuter forms of the original, but you made him more ugly. How? Anyway, Gear Shift, probably just the best Trap Master. She's OP, really is. She's not really my favorite, honestly. I was never really a fan of the Trap Masters. I always liked the cores and the minis for Trap Team. I was never a Trap Master fan. Just like we can agree that Kaboom looks just like me in real life, so he has to be favorite. Same with Enigma. Enigma is also like probably the coolest looking Skylander like ever. I feel like there's no Skylander that just looks cooler than Enigma. Shortcut is an amazing design Skylander. He is so cool. Just a little gremlin with big scissors. What's not to love? It's so sick. Thumpling, at least I think that's what his name is. Thumpling makes Thumpback 10 times better. Like, Thumpback's cool, but Thumpling? Nah, this is a favorite. This is a definite favorite. Torch? Honestly, Torch is awesome. Torch is I really like her moveset, except for like the hair whip, but she's really strong too. So she is OP. Torch is OP actually, like insanely strong. And it's a cool design too. She is really sick. Oh, Wildfire. This is something that everybody can agree is top tier. But honestly, I couldn't care less about him. I couldn't. I wouldn't break the figure because it's a cool figure, but I wouldn't use him. I wouldn't. I'd use Kaboom. I would rather use Kaboom any other day. I would really. I'm not using them. I'm not using Wildfire. But Weeruptor is a goat. Spotlight is a top fiver. She is. Spotlight's a top fiver for me. I love Spotlight. She is Prison Break, but 10 billion times better. Prison Break, but better. Yeah. Wallop is really OP. He really is. I used to love playing as Wallop. Not really anymore. Yeah, Wallop used to be my favorite, but honestly, he just doesn't hit the same anymore. He really doesn't. And that's it for Trap Team. The biggest roster. I think we made some good progress here. Yeah, I'm fine with my placements. I think this is good. Alright, let's move on to Superchargers. Superchargers has some amazing designs. Like Big Trumpet Pop Fizz. This is one of my favorites actually. I love Big Trumpet Bubble Bowl and Pop Fizz. I think it's really cool. Astro Blast is awesome. He's a really cool design Skylander. He's a really cool playing Skylander too. He moonwalks. He has like 0 gravity. It's awesome. This gravity armor, he's actually really cool looking. This is W design. We need more Night Skylanders. Chop doesn't count. But Hammer Slam Bowser though. Hammer Slam Bowser's awesome. He has Koopas. He has Koopas. He can go Giga Bowser. It's so sick. Bowser's awesome. Big Lance Joustin' Eruptor definitely is a upgrade on regular Eruptor and is a W design. Big Lance swinging Eruptor is kind of cool. You can break this. You can break this too. And this way, rather. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is also next to Bowser. They're both really cool. Their movesets are both Aussie really cool. The barrels, the DK taking her shirt off and going ham. It's awesome. It's just absolutely peak. These two are peak Skylanders, and they're not even Skylanders. Ooh, we're getting into the rare Skylanders now. We got some rare ones. Thrillipede. Thrillipede, I think is a really cool design. There's like no bug Skylanders. Like, actually just think about it, right? Like, there's no bugs. Thrillpede's the only bug, which I think, in my opinion, makes him really cool. He's one of those Skylanders who's... Oh, wait. He's this... Oh, wait. Hold on, before I say anything else, let me just take a look. Okay, he's only one of 3 bug Skylanders. Okay, but out of all the bug Skylanders, he is easily the best one. Easily, because what? It's Thrillipede, Swarm, and that guy. Yeah, Thrillipede is by far the best bug Skylander. So honestly, I'm probably gonna boost him in the favorites. Yeah, no, definitely. That's a good one. But I think that Supercharged Stealth Elf is the best design for any Skylander. And that's why she is in my top 5. I think that this is the greatest design out of any Skylander. Better than Deja Vu, better than Bluebeard, better than Blastermind, even better than just me. I think Supercharged Stealth Elf has the best design out of any Skylander, and that's why she's going to complete our top 5, which leaves us just with Imaginators, which a lot of people would say have the best roster out of any Skylanders game, but really I'm going to be the judge of that. And let's start off with the GOAT. The GOAT! Airstrike. Ever since I got this man, he has been an absolute G. Every single time. He is so OP. He is so good. Which, he's gotta be in favorites. Because he's so good. Alright, Ambush. Ambush is cool. I'm surprised it took him this long to actually name a character Ambush. Honestly, he has a cool moveset. He has a, no, he's just cool, yeah. Cool moveset, cool design. And Barbella, I think Barbella is so underrated. I think she's OP. I think she's really strong. Barbella is really strong. And no one talks about it. Like, her moveset is actually kind of crazy, and no one says anything about it. And speaking of OP, freaking Blastertron. Blastertron is also OP. I think he might just be one of the strongest senseis, if not the strongest. He is so strong. And is also Blastermind, so he's so... Not Blastermind, Blastertron. He's so cool. Okay, Boom Bloom. Boom Bloom is a favorite. Boom Bloom's so good. Okay, the thing is, I like how she's a ninja, but she uses a whip. It's just cool how, like, out of all the senseis, she's the only one who, like, kind of changes things, right? Like, every other class uses their weapon, except for 2. And I think that's just really cool. How instead of throwing stars, she uses a whip. Chompy Mage. Him being a bazooka is really funny. I think it's really cool. But his moveset, honestly, his moveset's not good. I feel like the high school... Okay, he's going in W design because Chompy Mage is a W design. It's just his moveset isn't good. Except for his primary and like his Skychi. His moves are kind of bad. Same with Dr. Crankcase. He is like my favorite villain from Trap Team. His design is cool. His moveset isn't. His moveset's bad. But his design's awesome. Like Crash Bandicoot. This is what Spyro should have been. Crash Bandicoot is a very fun character to play as. Which is why I'll put him in just OP. Because he's just really fun to play as. Like, multiple lives, only one of 2 Skylanders to have that. He's just what Spyro should have been like. Chain reaction. The idea of chain reaction is so cool. Like, the idea of, like, his weapons being saws is so sick. But he's just so bad. Even when I used him, I don't know if I was using him wrong. But he's just bad. Like, his design is awesome, but his moveset sucks. Sucks so much. Which, honestly, I have to put him in meh just because of that. Like, I think he's awesome. But Golden Queen is a favorite. I like Golden Queen. Hootsuckle, I think Hootsuckle is in the same spot as, like, Chompy Mage. His design is awesome. His movesets are... Ugh. His moveset is kind of basic and lackluster. Like, he's strong, but, like, his moves aren't anything too special. But Pinata? Pinata's a favorite. He's cool. I like a big pew, smash, candy, lollipop. He's awesome. Before, I would not care about Wildstorm, but when I recently played as him and this one move having so much knockback where it just knocks opponents off the edge, I think it's so funny that he has to be in favorites just because his one move has so much knockback we can just knock him off the edge. I think that's so hilarious, and he has to be in favorites for that. Starcast I thought would be really cool. When I actually played as him, he's not. Like, at all. But Bad Juju, on the other hand, this is an S tier Skylander. Well, I feel like the rankings aren't that good. Okay, how about... Yeah, there we go. S, A, B, C, not using break figure, and then top 5. Is that fine? I feel like the rankings were a little bit bad, but okay. It's okay now. And finally, we have Chaos himself, who I've never played as. But it is Chaos, so I would put him in A tier. Especially if he plays anything like the Chaos Trap, which he probably doesn't, but I'll play as Chaos one day. But anyway, that is the Skylanders tier list fully complete. I know I just changed the rankings at the end, but this is the official rankings. My top 5. We have the S tier, A, B, C, not using or break that figure. This is the definitive tier list. If you disagree, say it in the comments below. Okay, don't argue with me about this tier list. Argue with the other commenters, okay? You guys can argue about it in the comments. I'll just sit here and watch and observe and heart the comments I agree with.